Lou, it's so great to have you back on the show. So much has happened since the last time we spoke. And I know that our listeners really want to know, particularly from your perspective, since the last report came out, where are we? Does the government still take this seriously? And what's happening with the UAP task force? So thank you for joining us.
Sarah, it is always my privilege to be here. Thank you so much for having me. Let's start by answering for your listeners what's happening. The first question you have. A lot is happening since the report came out and was provided to Congress. This 180-day report. There's subsequently new language from the Senate Armed Services Committee that requires a report to be provided to Congress every 90 days. That's first and foremost, I think, center stage. Secondly, I think what's very important here to remember is that there's still an IG, Inspector General, DOD Inspector General evaluation and a couple investigations that are ongoing. The results of those have not been made public because I'm not quite sure that they're finished with their efforts. It might be
talk about that a little bit, because let's remind everyone about these Inspector General reports. I mean, you really took the brunt from some people within the Department of Defense because you wanted to come forward and you believed that the American people and the world had a right to know about what was happening in our skies, right? And some people were not keen on that, and they actually threatened you.
Yeah, it's a shame. I'm not going to hold obviously the entire DoD or Department of Defense responsible for the rogue actions of a few people inside the department. The Department of Defense and the intelligence community are full of competent individuals whom I've had the honor and privilege to serve with. But you're right, there were some individuals that did not want this information coming out, and I'll share with you. I remember very distinctly a few years ago having had this if you will, this crisis of conscience, having to make a decision internally. Do I continue to toe the line and if you will, be loyal to my department and the bureaucracy, or do I maintain my loyalty to the American people? And ultimately, I had to make a decision. Usually, the two are synonymous. You're loyal to the bureaucracy, and it happens to be in the best interest of the American people. But in this particular case, regarding UAPs, the topic of UFOs, I guess, in the vernacular, I had to make a choice because the bureaucracy was not allowing the information to be reported to the right people so they can make the right decisions. And so I had to make a decision. Do I honor my commitment to the bureaucracy, or again, do I follow through on my promise to the American people to defend them from all enemies, foreign and domestic? And sometimes, this may sound counterintuitive, but sometimes I think a true patriot, in order to be a true patriot, has to do things that don't necessarily seem patriotic at the time. And that was the situation I found myself in.